A lot of supplement brands chase trends, but if you're serious about your health, we know research-backed science is what actually moves the needle. Momentous works with the best brains in human science to create every formula, and every batch is made of pure ingredients, tested for safety, and does not contain fillers. So you get the best long-term results possible. Creatine isn't just for muscle gains, it's essential daily fuel for your brain, body, and long-term performance. Momentous CreaPure Creatine is backed by leading performance experts like Dr. Andrew Huberman and Dr. Stacy Sims. Sourced exclusively in Germany, CreaPure sets the gold standard for creatine, delivering the purest form, creatine monohydrate, that's rigorously washed and never cut with fillers. With over 2,000 five-star reviews, over 112,000 customers have seen the results firsthand. With Momentous, the fundamentals are done right. Right now, Momentous is offering our listeners up to 35% off your first subscription order with promo code ACAST. Go to livemomentous.com and use promo code ACAST for up to 35% off your first subscription order. That's livemomentous.com, promo code ACAST.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here, wishing you a very happy half-off holiday, because right now Mint Mobile is offering you the gift of 50% off unlimited. To be clear, that's half price, not half the service. And Mint is still premium unlimited wireless for a great price. So that means a half day. Yeah? Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
You know you've reached peak couple energy when your undies match. MeUndies Match Me has you both covered, literally, in super soft ultra-modal undies, socks, PJs, and loungewear. Festive prints? Check. Cozy vibes? Double check. And right now, it's deal season. Get up to 50% off site-wide for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Take your couple game to the next level with MeUndies Match Me. To get deals up to 50% off, go to MeUndies.com/ACAST. Enter promo code ACAST. That's MeUndies.com/ACAST. Code ACAST.
A lot of supplement brands chase trends, but if you're serious about your health, we know research-backed science is what actually moves the needle. Momentous works with the best brains in human science to create every formula, and every batch is made of pure ingredients, tested for safety, and does not contain fillers. So you get the best long-term results possible. Creatine isn't just for muscle gains, it's essential daily fuel for your brain, body, and long-term performance. Momentous CreaPure Creatine is backed by leading performance experts like Dr. Andrew Huberman and Dr. Stacy Sims. Sourced exclusively in Germany, CreaPure sets the gold standard for creatine, delivering the purest form, creatine monohydrate, that's rigorously washed and never cut with fillers. With over 2,000 five-star reviews, over 112,000 customers have seen the results firsthand. With Momentous, the fundamentals are done right. Right now, Momentous is offering our listeners up to 35% off your first subscription order with promo code ACAST. Go to livemomentous.com and use promo code ACAST for up to 35% off your first subscription order. That's livemomentous.com, promo code ACAST.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here, wishing you a very happy half-off holiday, because right now Mint Mobile is offering you the gift of 50% off unlimited. To be clear, that's half price, not half the service. And Mint is still premium unlimited wireless for a great price. So that means a half day. Yeah? Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Hello, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Toby.
And welcome to the Whispering Woods Extra. This episode is all about
SLUAGH.
Yeah, the SLUAGH, and I had to look up how to pronounce this correctly. So I really hope I've got it right. So the SLUAGH are Celtic folklore, and they are in both Scottish folklore and Irish, but I've focused on Scottish folklore for this episode, mainly because it then leads on from the main episode of Mary King's Close. Are you ready for the story?
Yes, I am.
The word SLUAGH comes from Gaelic, meaning host or army. In full, they are sometimes called SLUAGH na Mab, the host of the dead. By most accounts, the SLUAGH are the spirits of those who found no rest, often portrayed as the souls of sinners, evildoers, or the unholy dead who are barred from both heaven and hell. Some legends frame them as fallen angels, cast out of heaven but too unruly for hell. Others call them fairies gone feral, members of the fairy realm, twisted by darkness. In Celtic folklore, fairies span a spectrum from kindly to malevolent. They have been counted among the unseelie court, the harmful fairies, or even identified outright as the most evil of fairy kind. Yet people also recognise them as human dead. Highland traditions made no distinction between the fairy host and the host of mortal souls in this case. As folklorist Lewis Spence wrote, in the Western Isles of Scotland, the SLUAGH, or fairy host, was regarded as composed of the souls of the dead flying through the air. The dual identity of the SLUAGH, part spirit, part fairy, reflects how ambiguous the line between ghosts and fairies can be in Gaelic lore. The 17th century minister Robert Kirk noted the Highlanders spoke of a SLUAGH Saogalta, secular host, and a SLUAGH Sith, fairy host, suggesting that perhaps the spirits of humans join the fairy hosts after death. In either case, the SLUAGH are restless, vengeful and dangerous. Many crofters and islanders believe these soul swarms flew out of the west at night, seeking human souls to snare. Unlike the solitary banshee of Irish lore who keens to foretell a death, the SLUAGH come as a crowd to cause death or carry the dead away. They are harbingers and hunters all at once, truly an embodiment of darkness on the wing. Importantly, the SLUAGH play no favourites with their victims, wicked or innocent, saintly or sinful. Any soul is fair game if caught in the open. These entities are sometimes called the unforgiving dead. Souls burdened by guilt or cursed by bad deeds. But folklore does not paint them as merely punishing the wicked. If you wander into their path or linger near a dying person, you could fall prey regardless of your virtue. In some Irish tellings, an even more tragic origin is ascribed. The SLUAGH have been said to include the spirits of unbaptized children, returning in bitterness or longing. Whether fallen angels, forsaken souls, or corrupted fae, these beings share one defining trait. They are denied peace. Heaven won't have them, hell cannot hold them, and even the fairy otherworld is uneasy with them. So they ride the winds, condemned to eternal unrest, and mortals who cross their path become targets for their wrath or hunger. In folklore, the SLUAGH do not appear as friendly ghosts or even as solitary spectres, but as a swarm of ghostly figures sweeping across the night sky. Witnesses describe them as a great cloud or flock, up and down the face of the world like starlings, one said. At a distance, they might look like a flight of large black birds, ravens or crows, blotting out the moonlight. The Gaelic word SLUAGH itself implies a multitude, and that is how they manifest, a multitude of dark shapes in loose formation, often crescent-shaped as they arc across the sky. People who claimed to see the SLUAGH seldom spoke of distinct faces. Instead, they saw undulating shadows and half-formed silhouettes within a mass of mist. One account tells that they flew in great clouds, figures moving together, unfolding like starlings in the dusk. With only hints of human shape at the edges, a face here, a reaching arm there, melting back into vapour. A soft murmuring or a rush of air might be the only warning as they descend. Up close, if one were unlucky enough to glimpse an individual SLUAGH, the face is frightful. Some Highland stories describe them in human-like form, but gaunt and decayed. Haggard, long-limbed figures with leathery wings furled around them like cloaks. Their skin is withered, clinging to bone. Their eyes, if seen, are feral. A few tales even give them beaked bird-like faces or long talons. More often, though, these details were left to the imagination, because anyone near enough to discern them was likely carried off. The overwhelming image is that of a dark whirlwind of souls, not fully flesh and not fully spirit, tangible enough to snatch a person up, yet able to dissolve into the night. A whirlwind of flapping wings and undulating shadows, as one writer puts it. According to Scottish tradition, the SLUAGH favour the desolate places, the Western Isles and craggy coasts, moorland roads and sea cliffs. They come riding on the wings of the Atlantic. Many stories say they approach from the west, the direction of the setting sun, of the legendary Blessed Isles or Cursed Isles beyond the horizon. A folk term for a sudden chill west wind in the night was Oak-teak SLUAGH, the host's breeze, as though the passing of these spirits stirred the air. People in the Hebrides would shut their western windows at night, especially if someone lay ill or dying inside. They are known to fly in from the west and steal the souls of the dying, one account says. The SLUAGH seek those souls that are in peril, the souls hovering on the edge of death. They might snatch the spirit away before a priest could administer last rites, depriving the person of a peaceful passing. To thwart this, families kept vigil on the west side of the house, closing windows, blocking an entry, and sometimes performing prayers or rituals to guard their loved one's soul. Even in recent times, some rural communities quietly recall this precaution as old wisdom. While the dying are prime targets, the SLUAGH do not limit their hunt to deathbeds. Folklore abounds with warnings that any lone traveller out at night could be swept up. Woe betide anyone who was out alone, especially on certain ominous nights. The SLUAGH are said to pick off humans, much as a hawk might pick off a stray chick. They can come from any direction, not only west once they are roaming, and carry a person away in an instant. In the Hebrides, it was believed that they could literally lift you off your feet. A man walking home along a cliff road might feel a sudden force whisk him into the air. If he was fortunate, he might be dumped miles away, bruised and alive when morning comes. If unlucky, he might be dropped from a great height to his death. The SLUAGH's presence is also tied to malignant misfortune in a broader sense. They are harbingers of illness and blight. In some accounts from the Scottish Isles, the SLUAGH travel as a gust of wind that burns and withers. People believe that a sudden inexplicable sickness, a fever or a crop of skin boils, might be caused by the brush of the SLUAGH passing by. In this guise, they are almost like a pestilential wind. Some say the host's breath is poison, cattle found mysteriously dead in the field, or crops failing overnight were occasionally attributed to the SLUAGH sweeping low and breathing evil upon them. They take the sinister joy in tormenting living creatures, scaring livestock, spreading sickness, even causing bad luck in a household were all within their repertoire. One bit of lore claims Death himself is frightened of these creatures. One of the most defining roles of the SLUAGH in faith belief is as soul stealers at the moment of death. Here the SLUAGH story intersects with Celtic traditions around dying and the journey of the soul. In both Scottish and Irish lore, death is a moment of peril, not just physically, but spiritually. A moment when otherworldly forces might intervene. Families historically held wakes and deathbed vigils, not only out of love and grief, but to protect the soul until it departed safely. The SLUAGH were among the most feared intruders at this sensitive time. Another aspect of SLUAGH lore in the dying process is more subtle. The idea that they could take souls of the living who were emotionally vulnerable. Some folklore hints that a person in deep despair or darkness, a hopeless heart, might attract the SLUAGH even if they were physically well. Depression and desolation in faith belief could leave one's spirit exposed. The SLUAGH was said to sense this and could steal the soul of someone overcome by sorrow. People took various protective measures, many common to general fairy and spirit lore. Iron is one, laying a knife or iron implement by the bedside, or iron tongs across the threshold, as iron was believed to repel fairies. Salt could be sprinkled as a purifying barrier. Keeping a candle or fire lit was sometimes done. Though interestingly, at Samhain, some would extinguish fires to avoid drawing the SLUAGH's attention. If the SLUAGH were already pursuing someone, one way to escape was said to be to offer them another target. A legend says that if you accidentally attracted the SLUAGH, for instance by foolishly shouting their name aloud, the only way to survive was to send them after another living person. The legend of the SLUAGH is especially deeply rooted in Scotland's Highlands and Islands. This rugged region, with its long dark winters, and its mix of Christian and older Celtic beliefs, fostered many tales of spectral hosts and night wanderers. The SLUAGH became a kind of embodiment of the uncanny dangers of the wild Highland night. In these Scottish stories, we see the SLUAGH as both a literal threat and a moral allegory. In practice, Highlanders took the SLUAGH seriously. Oral traditions from the 19th century abound, with first-person or second-person accounts of encounters. Through these tales and other tales, the Scottish image of the SLUAGH is that of an ever-present danger in the wild. They especially haunt around the late autumn and winter when nights are longest. Samhain, October the 31st, was and is the pivotal time in Celtic tradition when the veil between worlds thins. In Scotland, Samhain was when the dead were honoured and feared. People would often stay indoors on that night or travel in groups, carrying protective charms, keenly aware that the host might be abroad. Although the SLUAGH legend looms largest in Scottish Highlands lore, it also appears in Irish folklore, unsurprising given the shared Gaelic culture. In Ireland too, the SLUAGH are known as a frightful fairy host of the dead, often described in nearly identical terms, a swarm of cursed spirits coming from the west, hungry for souls. Irish sources sometimes explicitly call them SLUAGH seed fairy hosts. So what, if anything, is different about the Irish perspective? For one, Irish folklore tends to emphasise the fairy aspect even more, and the SLUAGH often get folded into this overarching category. They're considered part of the unseelie court in many tellings, which is to say, they are among the malignant fairies, always on the lookout to harm humans. Irish tales also underscore the soul-stealing mission of the SLUAGH. They fly in from the west in the mouth of the night, looking like a flock of ravens, and will enter any house where someone is dying to seize the soul before it can be absolved. To prevent this, families in counties like Donegal were known to keep a death watch with the windows closed and sometimes even cover mirrors, as one might for other death rituals, to avoid attracting the soul thieves. There's a phrase recorded in Irish law, along the lines of, "May the west wind bear only leaves tonight," a subtle reference to hoping the SLUAGH are not riding it. One interesting note from Irish folklore, the SLUAGH can command and compel. There are stories where the SLUAGH not only snatch souls directly, but also force living people to do their bidding. An old account claims the SLUAGH commanded men to follow them, and men obeyed, having no alternative. The SLUAGH might kidnap a man and use him as an instrument of mischief, making a human shoot other humans, often with enchanted darts called elf bolts or fairy arrows. One tale from the west of Ireland says a man was taken at night and found himself in a whirlwind of ghosts over a farmer's house. The spirits put a bow in his hand and ordered him to shoot the farmer through the window. The man, being good-hearted, deliberately missed, firing into the door instead. Furious, the SLUAGH dropped him back on his roof and left in a rage. The next morning he remembered it like a dream, until he saw one of his own arrows stuck in a tree by the door. Similar stories appear in Scottish law. On Mull, for instance, a man taken by the host tried to spare a victim by missing. The SLUAGH forced a second attempt. The legend of the SLUAGH is often compared to the broader folklore motive of the wild hunt. Across northern Europe, countless stories describe a ghostly company flying or galloping through the night sky. Sometimes it's a huntsman and his hounds, other times a legion of spirits or demons, sweeping by with howls and horns. In the Celtic realms, there are variations, and the SLUAGH are arguably the Gaelic answer to the wild hunt. A modern anecdote comes from a self-described folklorist on Twitter a few years back, who recounted how during a visit to the Blasket Islands off Ireland's west coast, they heard an old local story. In the 1930s, some island fishermen were out at sea at night and saw a strange black cloud racing low over the water against the wind. When it reached their boat, a sudden whirl nearly capsized them, and one man collapsed unconscious. The others dragged him home, and when he came to, he murmured that he'd heard voices in that wind, many voices crying out. The islanders concluded they had encountered the host. They performed a mass for the dead the next week, just in case. The folklorist noted this story as the last flicker of SLUAGH belief in the area. True or not, it was recorded as something the islanders themselves believed at the time.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here. Wishing you a very happy half-off holiday, because right now Mint Mobile is offering you the gift of 50% off unlimited. To be clear, that's half price, not half the service. Like, Mint is still premium unlimited wireless for a great price. So that means a half day, yeah? Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
A lot of supplement brands chase trends, but if you're serious about your health, we know research-backed science is what actually moves the needle. Momentous works with the best brains in human science to create every formula, and every batch is made of pure ingredients, tested for safety, and does not contain fillers. So you get the best long-term results possible. Creatine isn't just for muscle gains, it's essential daily fuel for your brain, body, and long-term performance. Momentous CreaPure Creatine is backed by leading performance experts like Dr. Andrew Huberman and Dr. Stacy Sims. Sourced exclusively in Germany, CreaPure sets the gold standard for creatine, delivering the purest form, creatine monohydrate, that's rigorously washed and never cut with fillers. With over 2,000 5-star reviews, over 112,000 customers have seen the results firsthand. With Momentous, the fundamentals are done right. Right now, Momentous is offering our listeners up to 35% off your first subscription order with promo code ACAST. Go to livemomentous.com and use promo code ACAST for up to 35% off your first subscription order. That's livemomentous.com, promo code ACAST.
What do you think of that then?
Yeah, it's like them, I don't know what they're called, but the black flowing things out of Harry Potter.
Oh, the Dementors.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you know what it reminds me of? Like, I've listened to loads of stories in hospitals from nurses who have said they've seen black figures in, like, bedrooms when somebody's about to die and they take the soul off.
It's the Reaper, innit?
Yeah, but it really, I'm like, is it the SLUAGH they're seeing? Because they're like, close the windows, so that these things can't come in. And the way that it sounds like these things morph in and out, I thought it really sounds like, a death angel.
Yeah.
Spooky, man. I don't want that coming for me. I'll have a light one, not a dark one.
Yeah.
Dragging me off to hell? No thanks.
Well, you know what they do say? Angels disguise themselves, don't they? To, like, look evil. Well, not look evil, but it's to fear away the actual evil.
Okay. So what? They just trick you that we are evil. So the real evil ones don't come. They just think they're one of you.
I don't know. I think it's not actually seen like the demons and that. They don't see the angels as like bright things. They see them as like these scary things, I think. Oh, I think that's what it is.
Yeah, I just really don't want to think about it too much because it scares me.
That's the end of this episode. I hope you enjoyed and we'll catch up with you again soon.
We will indeed. I'll catch you on the weekend for the After Dark. Take care, everyone.
Goodbye.
Hey guys, it's Paige from Giggly Squad, and if you're anything like me, holiday shopping has officially started. And you know where I'm going? Ulta Beauty. They have the cutest gift sets right now, like the Sol de Janeiro, Shea Rosa, and Cheer Perfume Mist Trio. It smells so good. I've been misting it everywhere. On me, on the street, on my pillow. It's a whole vibe. I'm obsessed with the Tarte Kindness Cafe Collector Set. It's packed with everyday makeup must-haves, and it's honestly too cute to wrap. And if you need a cozy little self-care moment, the Moroccan Oil Hand Care Essentials Kit is luxe, hydrating, and smells delicious. Don't worry if you can't decide right now. An Ulta Beauty gift card is the perfect gift for everyone. So whether you're gifting your bestie or yourself, make the season yours and head to Ulta Beauty today. Ulta Beauty, gifting happens here.
You know you've reached peak couple energy when your undies match. MeUndies Match Me has you both covered, literally, in super soft ultra-modal undies, socks, PJs, and loungewear. Festive prints? Check. Cozy vibes? Double check. And right now, it's deal season. Get up to 50% off site-wide for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Take your couple game to the next level with MeUndies Match Me. To get deals up to 50% off, go to MeUndies.com/ACAST. Enter promo code ACAST. That's MeUndies.com/ACAST. Code ACAST.
AI agents are everywhere, automating tasks and making decisions at machine speed. But agents make mistakes. Just one rogue agent can do big damage before you even notice. Rubrik Agent Cloud is the only platform that helps you monitor agents, set guardrails, and rewind mistakes, so you can unleash agents, not risk. Accelerate your AI transformation at Rubrik.com. That's RUBRIK.com.
The stories told on the Whispering Woods are inspired by historical records, witness reports, and local folklore. While every effort is made to research and represent events accurately, some details, names, and locations may differ from official accounts or have been changed out of respect for those involved. These episodes are created for storytelling and entertainment purposes and should not be considered definitive fact or investigative journalism.